joined Candice Bass-Robinson this morning at Bass Racing to take us through her runners for Hollywood Bets Durbanville on Saturday. An exciting day and lots to look forward to. Candice, race one, you've got Tenango. He's shown two good runs. Could he put up another competitive performance?
Yes, Vicky, I was a little disappointed with his run last time. I actually thought he would be good enough to win there, but I think he had a small interruption in his prep in between runs, and possibly just was maybe short of one proper workout. Might have just needed it a little bit. He's drawn one on Saturday. There are a couple of horses in there with some strong form, so yeah, not the easiest of races, but I think if he brings what I thought he would bring his second starts and his work at home, I think he'll have a good chance there.
Race 3, you've got the two fillies. You've got As Fate Has It and also Eleorix, obviously trying the 1400 Eleorix.
Yeah, Eleorix, I think, is looking for ground. She has a Vercingetorix filly. I think she was drawn very badly last time and quite outpaced. So, but also running on well. She's probably looking for a mile, I would think, and maybe even further. So I thought we'd start with a 1400. She didn't get the best of draws, unfortunately. She's drawn 12. So I think we're going to have to try and get her somewhere into the race, or try and get her a little bit handier this time, because to make up, that much ground is pretty difficult at Durbanville at the moment. So she's fitting well, and I think if she can get a bit lucky and find herself a decent spot, she could be competitive. As Fate Has It, I think probably looking for a bit further. She was in a mile last week when it got cancelled, so 14 might be a little bit sharp for her, especially at Durbanville, but a filly I think that's slowly improving, going to be wanting a bit of ground, and I think she will definitely prefer the going on top and not the soft going that it was last time. So not a bad filly, still a little bit weak and some improving to do, so perhaps an improved run, but I'm not sure she can be too competitive here today.
Race 4, the three runners, well, two of them in a reserve. Fly Futura, obviously first timer. Trippy Silk, I know you've always said he's not an easy ride, but has the form. And then Count de Lafayette, reserve runner 1.
He's got lots of tricks. He's quite an aggressive horse, and he wants to fight with everything. He's been gelded, so I can't do more than that now. We actually tried a small pair of blinkers on him yesterday, but don't really think it made a huge amount of difference. And I think from a 14 draw, it's not really going to be much point putting them on. I think at a later stage he probably will need them. Unfortunately he's drawn 14, so I think Aldo's got his work cut out there. You drop him in, and he certainly does run on well, but you're going to have a lot of ground to make up. So he again is going to have to try and ride for luck, I think, and try and find some sort of posse, even if you can get midfield with him. But also a strong field, some good form in that race. But he's drawn that well. I think had he been drawn well, I would have said he would have had a good each way chance, but he's got his work cut out from there. Fly Futura, very nice horse, Vicky. He's still a little bit immature, and he's got some strengthening up to do. Obviously his first start, I think he's going to be a bit green and he'll need the experience, but he's a nice type, and I think one to watch in the future.
And then Candice, I know that he is the reserve runner 1, but should Count de Lafayette get in?
Yeah, he's also going to need another run, Vicky. He's a little bit weak still, probably looking for 2,000 metres plus. So it's just basically another run for him. I can't really fancy his chances in this field.
Race 5, number of runners here. It's so exciting when you get the right type of races for your horses. You got Robertus, first run out the maidens. Michael Faraday, would he be the stable elect is the question for him. And then also No Apologies and Lunch Money, who both in their own right have good form.
I think probably out of the 4, maybe No Apologies, Vicky. He's improved so much, this little horse. I know he won an open maiden with bottom weight, but he won it very convincingly, and he's really matured nicely. He showed us quite a bit early on. I think he just couldn't quite put it together. If the mile's not a little bit sharp for him in open company, in a maiden he got away with it pretty well. I think he's a horse that's going to be wanting to go 2,000 metres. I think he must have a chance there. I wouldn't leave him out, put it that way. It's a very open race, but I certainly wouldn't leave him out. He's a nice little horse, and he's improving all the time. Robertus, he's having his first run back after a layoff. I had him in a 12 last week, so now we've gone from the 12 to the mile. So I think over the mile, first run back, he's doing nicely at home. He looks well, but I think he might just need his run back. Michael Faraday, got a big weight. Was drawn very wide last time and had a lot of ground to make up, so I think you can possibly put a line through that run. He's a funny horse though. Sometimes he really runs a good race, and then other times he can let you down a little bit, so I'm never quite sure what to expect from him. I can't really rely on or trust him, I don't think, but he looks pretty well and he's doing well at home, so hopefully he puts in a better effort on Saturday. And then Lunch Money, got a wide draw to contend with. Put the blinkers on him last time. I didn't really think it made a huge amount of difference. He also just doesn't travel early on in the race. He's a horse that's doesn't try as much as he possibly can, I don't think. And obviously trying the mile this time, I think. If he can get somewhere in the race, he certainly does have the ability, and if he can, try like I think he should be able to try, then he's a horse that could obviously finish in the money.